Hello folks and good evening, I'm Ethan and today we've brought you to the beautiful coastal town of Carrickfergus. Carrickfergus is situated on the north shore of Belfast Lough and about 11 miles from Belfast city itself. Carrickfergus as a town is rich with history spanning the centuries. However, today we're here to pay attention to one particular element of that. A 40-ton killing machine armed to the teeth with an average speed of 12 to 15 miles per hour. The Churchill tank. So, the Churchill tank, what's the story there and what is it? Well, the Churchill tank is the British Army heavy infantry tank used during the Second World War and saw service from 1941 up until around 1952. Prior to this, the A20 design was being produced by renowned shipbuilders Harland and Wolff in Belfast itself. However, as the Second World War raged on, Belfast being the central industrial complex that it was during the start to mid of the 20th century, it became a target for aerial bombing by the Germans, so manufacturing had to be moved out of Belfast. The need to continue development and manufacturing in a secure location became paramount. After all, these tanks, along with many others, being manufactured across the entire UK, were being built and designed for the upcoming battles. The Churchill tank was used over all battlefronts, from that of North African campaigns to Italy and that of Normandy. Carrickfergus was chosen as one of many safe locations to continue the development and manufacturing of these tanks, as the need to move it to a secure location that was safe but still had ease of access for materials and the workforce. Carrickfergus, being a small town as it was at that time, didn't resemble or look like a target that would be remarkable enough for the Germans to actually bomb, keeping everything safe during the duration of its development. The Churchill tank is notably named after the wartime Prime Minister Sir Winston Churchill, who was the one who originally pushed for the development of tanks during the First World War, coming in at a total length of 24.5 feet long, 10.8 feet wide and 8.2 feet tall, weighing in at approximately 40 tons, having a crew of 5 with the commander, gunner, driver, loader and radio operator, having a total distance that can be traversed of 56 miles, coming in at approximately at a max of 50 miles per hour of speed. The tank having in its armament at the hull front 152mm and also 152mm in the turret. The sides and rear of the tank having 95mm hull, and the turret, the remainder sides and back having 51mm protection. And then onto the front armament. The tank is armed with a quick-firing 75mm cannon, along with, as can be seen, 2 Besa machine guns coming in at 7.92mm for protection. One is hull mounted on the front and the other coaxial in the turret itself. The reason this mighty vehicle was so dangerous is primarily due to the fact that it had been developed, designed, tested and then went back to the drawing board on a series of occasions until a long series were actually developed and created. Even this one we have here is an A22 series Mark 7. The variety in which these tanks were produced is honestly quite remarkable and astounding. Starting off with the AVRE, the armoured vehicle of the Royal Engineers, which had 2 options, which was a bobbin, had a large spiel in the front for running a canvas sheet, which allowed tanks travelling over soft or boggy terrain to be able to drive over safely. Next you have the Onion, which was actually an explosive device attached to the front. This allowed it to be able to attack fortifications, concrete bunkers and any defensive positions and destroy them and obliterate them. Next you have the ARV, which is the Armoured Recovery Vehicle. This was used for taking off damaged vehicles or tanks from the main fighter battlefield, getting them back if possible to be repaired and move back up the front again. Then you have the ARK, which is the ARC, the Armoured Ramp Carrier. This one in particular was quite an interesting tank. It actually has a bridge fixed to the top which spans up to 65 feet. This tank would drive into a ditch or ravine, unfold its bridge, allow traffic to go across it, fold up again and then drive and move off again. Then next you have the Kangaroo. This was actually used as an APC, an armoured personnel carrier, for bringing troops up to the front and possibly even troops that are wounded back to the rear again to an aid station. And then next on to probably one of the most famous Churchill tanks of them all, If you haven't heard the name, you will definitely have seen it either in a movie or that of a game. It is the Crocodile. The Crocodile tank was famously fitted with a flamethrower capable of igniting and shooting an horrific flame up to 130 yards in its path, reaching temperatures of up to 1,000 degrees centigrade, incinerating everything before it. The Crocodile is probably, or rather arguably, one of the most famous tanks or Churchill variant that was actually developed, with approximately 800 of them having been built. Currently we are standing on the Woodburn Road in Carrickfergus. Behind us is the Royal Mail Depot. Where the Royal Mail Depot is situated is where many conclude to be the approximate location of the factory and installation that was producing the A20 series Churchill design. Now, as you can see, there's nothing even remotely resembling anything of an installation or a factory from the 1940s. However, this is the site that was producing these mighty beasts. This Churchill here was unveiled on the 20th of June 2014 as a monument and memorial to the town of Carrickfergus, recognising and acknowledging its combined military and industrial heritage to those who built them and also to those whom served in them. Thank you very much, folks, for viewing our video. We hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and do give us a comment. And also, if you do know of any local historical or significant buildings or structures and you would like us to do some research and a piece on our mini-series with it, do let us know. You can contact us on our email address and details below. Thank you very much and have a good day.
How much you get some grub, boys? What do you think?
Definitely. Hopefully after all this is over, we'll get back to the families as well.
Starving. Absolutely starving.
Back to the kids as well.